So in the last class we stopped here. One question was there that you have to show that this language is an inherently ambiguous context-free language. Okay, so you must have tried it. At least one grammar must have been written. We can think of, let us discuss the solution. Let us think of this as the union of two languages. Fine. So you already know if the language is AN, BN, you can have like this, isn't it? If N is non-negative integer, 0 और more, ऐसा हम लोगों ने देखा था, है ना? और BMCM again, if M is non-negative integer. ओके, ये हम लोगों ने ग्रामर पहले भी देख रखा है. जो आपका प्रोडक्शन क्या है, if epsilon means a raised to power 0, b raised to power 0, otherwise s is deriving asb, then s is replaced by e epsilon, then you are going to get ab and so on. So here you are having an, bn, cm, means what? C is followed by an, bn. Here you are having an and then you are having BMCM. So we can have for L1 the productions as S1 is rewritten as S1C, C for this part, and we will be using S1 for repeating this thing. Okay, so another variable, that is A, which is going to be replaced for S1, and then this construct that we have used for A and Bn. Okay, so A is rewritten as what? A, B or epsilon. So this is for A and B and Cm. Fine. For L2, the same thing, but here we are going to take start symbol as S2, and A is preceding BMCM. Okay, so A is before repeating this S2, or again second variable B, and B is for this part BMCM. So B, C, epsilon. Now we are having L is equal to L1 union L2. So these two must be combined. In what way? So the combined grammar G for L is what? S is rewritten as S1 or S is rewritten as S2. Fine. And you are having these productions for this part and these productions for this part. Fine. Now whether this grammar is ambiguous or not, we have to test. For that you already know how to test it. Consider one W, prove that this W is ambiguous, present in this language generated by the grammar G, then you can say that okay, this is ambiguous. So consider ABC. we can have S is directly deriving S1, then S1C by using this production. S1 is rewritten as S1C, then you are having S1 is replaced by A, C. Next, A is rewritten as AAB. So A, A, B, C, and then A is rewritten as epsilon. So A, epsilon, BC, it gives ABC. So ultimately we are talking about first leftmost derivation. Only one variable is appearing in each step, so nothing to worry. Again we can have S is rewritten as S2. Next AS2, this production S2 is rewritten as AS2. Then S2 is going to be replaced by B. So A, B. Next B is going to replaced by BBC. So A, B, BC, and then by using the production B is rewritten as epsilon, you are going to get this thing. So you have find that this grammar is ambiguous because this string is ambiguous present in the language generated by the grammar. Okay, now to prove that this is inherently ambiguous, you have to find all such grammars. But if you closely look at L1 and L2, these are having conflicting requirements. How? Just see here. L1 puts restriction on number of A's and B's. These must be same. While L2 puts restrictions on number of B and C. Okay. So due to these conflicting requirements, you are not going to produce any other grammar which is producing this language. You can try it. So that's why we are going to call that the language generated by this grammar is ambiguous, and for that reason this language is inherently ambiguous context free language. Okay,